Hello, I'm Jerry Reardon, one of the pastors at Noblesville First United Methodist Church, and I'm here to share a few of the details you're going to need to know to come back to our live worship out at the Teter Retreat and Farm beginning Sunday, June 21st. You'll find the address is 10980 East 221st Street. Your GPS should get you out here. It's located about 5 miles north and east of downtown Noblesville. You can also find that information at the teterorganicfarm.com website. We're going to have you head down this long drive, which has got a few bumps in it, so be careful when you head down it. You're going to find the worship space all the way at the back of the property. So just keep going, look for our servants, it'll be guiding you along the way. You'll know you're getting near that bend I was talking about when you pass the farm shed on your left and the lodge and cabins on your right. You'll make a bend to the left, and then you'll come to the spot where I am, and that's where you'll start seeing parking attendants who will be holding up colored signs to let you know where you need to head. So when you see the person with the green sign, they're going to be parking right here. They'll send you in this lawn area between the road and the shelter. They'll be parking you there. Then if you want the limited mobility spaces, you'll find that area is going to be by that shed and the worship area. They'll be holding a blue sign up. And then if you're going to be using the FM broadcast, look for the people with the pink signs. They'll be guiding you to a semicircle area on the left side of the road, but point your cars towards the platform so you can see what's going on as well. Remember, the FM broadcast only works here. It won't do you any good at home, and we'll give you the frequency. We'll have signs holding up the frequency that you can tune in when you're here. As you can see, we've moved the benches 6 feet apart in all directions. That'll keep us safe, socially distanced. They've been power washed, so they're clean now. But people who have worshiped about here most summers have learned pretty quickly the best thing you can do is bring a towel or a blanket to lay down before you sit down, because you never know what kind of weather we've had preceding worship that week, and the benches might be carrying some moisture from the previous days. Many people love to bring their lawn chairs out and set them up in the lawn area that will have space available on this side and on the outside of the fence area. We will have ushers here to help you find that safe, socially distanced spot 6 feet from one another. Also, please remember to wear a mask. If you don't have one, we will have extras here. We'll have plenty here that you can just simply take home with you. We're going to require you to wear a mask when you enter and exit the worship spaces while we're kind of mingling together. And then we recommend you keep them on throughout the service. Remember, we wear these masks not so much for our protection, because they don't protect us 100%, but they certainly reduce the chance of transmission to someone else. So if you must remove them during the worship time, just wait until you are in your place, and most people have also been in their place as well. And remember, at all times, try to keep that 6 feet apart from one another for safe social distancing. We have tried to provide as many options as possible so you can choose the method to keep your family safe. So another option we have is we have an FM broadcaster, and you can sit in the safety of your own car. We'll have a parking space lined up directly pointed towards the worship space so you can see what's going on. Everything that's being heard through the speakers will come through your car radio, and we'll give you that frequency when you arrive. So we'll be holding 2 worship services out here. One will be at 8:15, and it will resemble much the service that we typically have during the summer outdoor worship. It'll last about 45 minutes. Then we'll have a second worship service at 10 o'clock. It'll be geared more for families and families with children. It'll have more of a blended feel to it. We'll try to have some items that engage the children through the children's message, through some of the singing, and even perhaps during the pastor's message. In addition, we've decided to stick with the format we've been using during our live stream worship of having most of the time 2 pastors share shorter messages. We like that multi-generational approach, and we hope that that'll bring something interesting to all generations who show up here at Teter, as well as for the online worship. You'll notice that we have an 18-foot, what we call a preacher and singer splash zone, that goes from the edge of the worship to the first row of benches. We've done that because scientific research has shown that a COVID-infected aerosol can travel 16 feet when we're singing. especially if we sing from our diaphragm as we've been taught in music class. Therefore, we are asking you not to sing during the congregational songs. You can hum, you can clap, raise your hands in praise while our music leaders lift our spirits in song, but please don't sing. We hope that you'll come with realistic expectations. We know that worship will not be like what it was like before the quarantine from the coronavirus. We won't be handing out hymnals or bulletins. We'll have to keep socially distanced at all times. And remember, we will not be allowing congregational singing, although our performers will share song. And please keep in mind the importance of masks, especially when we enter and exit worship. If nothing else, they're a reminder to us to stay distanced from one another. And even though they don't 100% protect you, if you happen to be pre-symptomatic, they are more apt to protect others and reduce the transmission of this virus. We will have offering boxes available at our 2 exits from the worship area, and also one available for cars in case you stayed in your car during the FM broadcast, and continue to give online as you've done so faithfully and so well. We want to remind you also that if you are ill at all or you have any pre-existing conditions, we encourage you to stay home. We have the online worship that will continue to be available at 9:30 each morning. It'll be available on the Facebook. Go to our noblesvillefirst.com for instructions on how to access that video. And if you happen to be feeling ill that day, think you might have a fever, please stay home so we can protect and keep everybody safe when we come together for live worship. Please keep in mind all these plans are dependent on the weather. If weather is threatening, we will cancel and have no outdoor worship. We won't try to move it anywhere. And we'll rely upon our 9:30 online worship that will always be there every Sunday for you. We'll try to let you know by 7 a.m., so look for those notifications by the email list, by our website, our Facebook page, or Twitter, or push notifications. But we do hope we get a chance to get together and try to worship that spirit that Jesus shared when he was speaking to that woman at the well, when he said, "Now is the time when true worshipers worship in spirit and in truth."